Temporal log, day 4 from Agent Papa Lima November, codename Pineleaf Needles, where today we are going to be visiting a local village to see if we could gain any information onto what happened to those 3 ships. For they were supposed to have made a voyage to the New World, and for some reason they seem to have gone shipwrecked before returning back. Oh, that does not look friendly at all. Uh, Let me make sure I am properly armed before I face against that monstrosity. Where do I have it? Oh, there's my axe. All right, there you go. Now, where is it? Ah, there it is. Make sure I... Hey, you! Ooh, 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 ooh. And there you go. Whew. All right, see? They keep on giving me more and more arrows. Someday they're going to give me a bow, I think, right? Now, let's see what we have here. Well, he doesn't have much to say. Hey, know anything about those ships? You want more carrots and beets. Well, oh well. Alas, not much to trade with them yet. What have we got around here? Animated Iron Man. All right. One of those places. Obviously, they're not very hostile since they're not attacking me. But they're definitely not completely unarmed if they keep an Iron Man in the area. Looks like a library. Interesting. Well, perhaps I can get some information from here after I've finished investigating the area. There might be something of interest in those books. It's a sizable little place. Yeah? I hear somebody? Oh. It's the local kids. There we go. Now let's see what's in here. Not anything particularly interesting. That's all I gotta say about that. Not too much. Usual things you find in a local village. You would think somebody would be working here, but I suppose not. Nothing really all that around here. Oh, yes, right. Now, if there's a librarian around, maybe I should have brought some of those books with me that I found on the... I found some on the Santa Maria, I believe, right? Yes. Well, I may have to go back there at some point in order to check that out. But it looks like I've checked every place around here and didn't find anything really, really interesting. Well then, what do I do? See, what else? I say try to have a good time until the directorate picks you up. Right. Try to have a good time. Aha. I don't know what they mean by a good time. I guess to keep from going bored crazy for the next 4 or 5 days. I was hoping to do some trading with the villagers, but looks like not much is going to go on that front. Yeah, butchery. Well, that doesn't help me all that much because the rules from the directorate just to say director is strict about some eating rules, probably on how it affects the temporal displacement and all that stuff. No, I don't understand those things. It's just beyond me. But all right. Nothing particularly of interest that I have seen here. Try to have a good time. I guess that's code for don't go bored stiff from the rather unexciting place that we've sent you. Thanks a lot. Where did all the villagers go? Really? I mean, see that farmer there, but the others, they were just. And we had a couple of kids running around. But then the rest seem to have all disappeared. Ooh. Maybe they're secretly meeting, deciding how they're going to do away with me. Or they're trying to hide the evidence that they. Ooh, that's a kid bouncing on a bed. Or that they were nefariously did something in order to damage those boats. Perhaps there is a secret ray somewhere around here. Hey, maybe it's in that cave we saw earlier, the one that's near the Santa Maria. Well, we may have to go exploring that cave. Certainly isn't much here to explore. Not that I've seen. I know, don't damage the wild. Ooh. Horses. Wait a moment. Horses? Something's wrong here. What are horses doing here? Because there should be no horses in the New World until after the Spaniards bring them over, unless one of the ships had some horses in it and the horses escaped. Really, that's a bit of a problem. Yes. What'll that do to the time limit? And or so we are in must be in an alternate universe where the horses didn't all die out in the New World. This is strange. Very strange indeed. Now, where did I hold up for the night? I was just hoping that I think it was down in this, must be down in this direction. Because I know I had a nice little spot that I camped out at. And now I've lost it because, well, I'm Agent Papa Lima November. Getting lost in places is what I do. That's just, it's an unfortunate talent of mine. Yes. Alright, so we have, and unfortunately, that's why I never camp out in the same place twice, because I can never find the previous camping spot. Well, I better head out and get underground before anything untoward happens to me. How about down here somewhere? This looks like it could be a good spot to rest. Right, this is that spot where I was before, wasn't it? Yeah, not the one where I rested at before, but the one where I lit up just before. Okay. Whew. Now I gotta find something to do while I wait for the directorate, because it looks like I've got a report at least that yes, those were the ships we're talking about. Two, the timeline is messed up. I'm pretty sure on that because there are horses here, which means that either A, the horses escaped from Columbus's ship, which I didn't think he had any on board, or two, the timeline being messed up goes a lot further back than we were thinking. Now, the natives there, they didn't understand a word that I was saying. It sounded like, which means that either A, the ones of this village don't have anything they particularly. I just hit the one villager who couldn't understand. Well, actually, the farmer was able to say, "This is what I got to trade," which didn't say much on that matter, and didn't really have all that. I suppose I could start farming carrots and trade with the farmer, but that doesn't exactly sound like an exciting thing to do. For the next, oh boy, this is our 4th day of our log, and we're supposed to be here for a week. Oh wow. This is going to be fun. How not to turn stir crazy while in time quarantine. Yes. Let's see. What do we have here? Temporal quarantine. Well, as they said, you can do whatever you want, seeing how time is messed up, and apparently it's messed up even more. This has got to be an alternate universe. That's all I can say about that, because I can't believe that this is part of the mainline universe. I mean, all these horses around, and they're probably, and if they're used to seeing horses in the area, then they're not going to understand what I'm talking about when I say, how come there are horses here? I mean, there always been horses here, you know. There we go. Now, what am I looking for now? Let's see, I'm not going to be able to find any. I won't be able. Well, I've got plenty of iron now, so I don't need any more iron. I've got an ample supply of, yeah, of coal, and looks like even my ample supply is about to get supplemented. Let's see what we have. Yeah. So, and we've got one. There you go. All the coal I'll be needing for a little while, that's for sure. Certainly enough for the directorate to get back to me. At least I hope they get back to me. Who knows? Sometimes when things are really fouled up in the timeline, you just can't get out of it again. Because if you get back, things. Now, of course, if this is an alternate dimension, it's one thing. But if it's an actual part of the timeline, then you can't get back because things have changed too much. Like, what would change if Columbus failed to? Well, let's see. Someone else would, of course, found the New World. I could just imagine I could come here and they turn out to all speak Norwegian because Leif Erikson's party managed to be a lot more successful than they were in our timeline. That's another possibility. If I see a Viking longship sailing these waters, I know something's really up. Now let's head down and see if I can find a diamond mine or something like that. And that's the only thing I could think of that I could. Not that it's going to mean all that much to me. I mean, we're just going to be here for a few days and I can't keep everything. There you go. Yeah. And it looks like my pickaxe is about to have its last moments. Oh, well. Fortunately, there are more of these things. Where that came from, well, I'll have to make a new one. All right, there you go. Let's see, get rid of that. Oh, I had one extra one of those, so I... Perfect. Now, I suppose I head back up. This time, mark my location so I can find it again. Because I wanted to see if I could even stymie my own talent for getting lost. Oh, yes. Did I put up a door? That's right. Put up a really, really strange and twisted way of putting things in here. It looks like it is still nighttime. So, well, I was about to try to put down a... let's see, let's see. I just have to get a new crafting area here. Alright, I guess I'll have to use that location for the moment. We want a pickaxe. Good. And get our little crafting station over here. We don't need this here anymore. We could put this into the new crafting station and everything will be all nice and set. Let's see. Now, if I could mark things properly, I don't have to keep these explosives on me. I'll just keep... So we won't need that, or at least not for the moment. I'll put that away for now. Actually, if I just start growing the bamboo, keep the door, get rid of that, get rid of some of this stuff in here, get rid of that. Won't need that for now. Actually, with the andesite, actually the diorite may actually come in handy because that might be harder to miss. So I'll just put that and use that as a little thing to say, here I am, this is where you want to be. I could plant the bamboo, and that might also give me a clue as to where things are at. Good. Now we got a plan to keep from getting lost. Not that this village is probably the... Oh, just in case there is a librarian there, they might be interested in those papers. All right, good. So I didn't see any librarians there. You never know what can happen. And I have to think about, what am I going to do? I don't need this boat for the moment because fortunately those ships were not out in the ocean as I was fearing at first. Good. I think I've got everything that I need. And that is the end of today's log. And I'll see you next time with Temporal Agent Papa Lima November.